Also going to point out that the change between vocal registers and ranges for Ken is wildly insane. It's also, again, not easy. Now, Ken makes it look so easy because this dude has practiced and trained, and he's clearly gifted. But he's singing the beginning of this line right here. He's singing in that same placement at the very beginning, and then when he comes in with his na-na-nas or la-la-las, he has switched back down to his lower register. So cool. Oh, Stella and Pablo harmonizing with each other or off of each other sounds so incredibly good every single time they do it.
Show me what you do, keep it secret. Want you in every way. Want you to scream my name.
And Pablo just harmonizes really well in general. Again, part of that is practice and just like having a really good ear, whether that's a trained good ear or whether that is a gifted good ear. Either way, part of it is practice. You practice those things so that you can sing it flawlessly, obviously. And the other thing is just being able to hear what's being sung and hear what you're singing and making sure that it is blending the entire time. And Pablo just nails it time and time again.
With my hands around all the
Okay, Ken, I love how he sings. So typically when you have someone who's singing in a register that's not as comfortable as their normal one. So for instance, me, I'm an alto tenor. So my lower register is a lot more comfortable than my higher like soprano range. I have sung soprano 1 and 2 before. I don't particularly like it, and I would prefer you not put me up there. But when I was younger and didn't have as much knowledge or training as I do now, when I would sing up in my higher register, I would first off, I had a lot of tension, but my mouth would be way more open and I would have like a pained expression on my face. And so sometimes you'll see, even with like trained and professional singers, you'll see that when they're singing in a register that they're not as comfortable with as their natural normal one, that they're either dropping their jaw more or they're making overly exaggerated facial expressions in an attempt to hit notes and pitches straight on in a way that still looks somewhat pleasant. Ken doesn't do that. My natural thought would be that Ken would drop his jaw more when he's singing up higher, and he really wasn't doing that at all this much. He does have a little lip thing where he kind of gets like a stank face, just a little bit of a stank face, but he doesn't do that. All you'll really see is that his head moves a little bit more when he's singing up in his higher register, but his mouth stays fairly consistent in how open it is. And that's it. So his head moves a little bit more and you'll see a little bit of a stank face, but his mouth doesn't open more just because he's in a higher register. And